What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Dubkast. This is June 27th. This is the weekend of 4th of July. We are coming at you live. I am your host, Trent, or Dirty Assault. And today we have special guest, Tyler McCurry, or Tylerherot. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course, my friend. It is a pleasure. So, to start things off, you have been balancing kind of on your Twitch stream with two games, and I'd like to dive into those. But for starters, we recently underwent a big update for Call of Duty in terms of introducing some new guns. And well, if you play Call of Duty, you know exactly how that went. They quickly took that away. They had an armored Bertha that could drop in, and it was quick to find out that that was pretty much an instant dub every time, and they pulled that, I'm pretty sure, day of. And then they had the MG82 that just completely wrecked everybody. I mean, people were dropping entire teams, one magazine, no recoil, straight laser beam, and that got pulled and readjusted. They made the recoil, I think, a little bit worse for some of that distance stuff and took away the damage range. So we were excited. We got to play some, new Call of Duty with guns and a couple of new features, dropping satellites with different kind of various things, but it quickly became a how fast can they update this again? The balanced weapons were quickly taken away.
Yeah, for
So
sure.
for anybody, before we get into that, if you guys don't know, Tyler is a streamer through Twitch. You can find him through that handle, Tylerherot. And currently, Tyler, you are, I believe, at around 22 followers on there. So you're kind of getting started. You're getting more serious about it. You recently were talking with me about your new mic. Now you don't have it on. If anybody tuned in to, I believe, the other day, you'll
Mhm.
know that he doesn't have it on because he doesn't want you to look at it.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah. But you're starting to kind of get the ball rolling on getting some of your equipment ready and getting ready to be more serious and kind of, buckle down into the streaming world. Now, one of the biggest things with you is I've noticed that for a lot of people that stream, the growth to get to 50, and be recognized by Twitch as an affiliate is a hard road to crawl to. But one thing that always surprised me with your stream is, even though you're sitting at like 22, which, you're almost halfway there, you still have a very high view rating every time. Like, I tune in, you're like sitting at like 6 or 7, and that's crazy because personally, I would much rather have more people watching. If half of my fan base is always watching, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
It's better than playing 2.5 hours of games and every 30 minutes one dude pops in. He's like, yeah, fuck this, and pops out.
I'm out of here.
So I guess my question to you to kind of start the thing off before we dive into some of the games that you're playing is just kind of how you've been enjoying starting things off and how you've kind of been enjoying getting some of this equipment to better become a streamer, and how you've kind of adjusted to, so a few questions here, I guess, but how
Yeah.
you kind of adjusted to some of these viewers and growing your fan base.
Yeah. So with Call of Duty, it's super popular. So it's nice that people want to come in and watch the game. I have It's great when you're getting started in streaming to have some people that support you. So a lot of those times, those people that come into my stream will be people that I already know. So it's it's awesome to have people that actually support you. So it'll be like around 6 or 7 people that watch me. I don't think I'm one of them, but maybe I am. I'll take it if I am. But I just trying to grow and grow and stream. And there's so many things that go into it. Like you said, getting the equipment and stuff. Like I feel legit. I can pull this mic. If you're on YouTube right now, I can pull this mic over to me. Like I obviously look like I run a stream or something of the sort. So I mean, that probably gained me at least 2 followers just with a mic in front of me. But don't you dare look at it. Don't you dare look at that mic because he'd focus on me and the gameplay.
That's facts right there. Well, the biggest thing is it's easy to tune into somebody that just plays Call of Duty because it is such a popular game. But to tune into somebody that is out there clutching dubs on a daily basis, and I could say that could probably attribute to the people you're playing with. I did notice you play a lot with a guy named Dirty Assault, so that could be part of it. But
Yeah,
um,
he's very good.
no, so I've clearly played with you quite a bit, so that kind of brings it more to home to where I know a good amount of your gameplay and what you do on a daily basis. And one of the biggest things that I have to say about trying to promote your channel and get more people to stream into that is, guys, if you have not tuned in, I'm not sugarcoating this. This man literally averages probably 10, 11 kills a game, and he is always out there carrying the entire team on his back. And I think that is one thing that draws people in. But two, I recently went to your About Me section for your Twitch, and you are the
Mhm.
sweatiest Rubik's Cube solver. Can you explain that?
Yeah. So sometimes I put on a headband. No, I'm just kidding. I took a big hiatus from playing games for quite a while, and during that time, during quarantine and all that, so the one time I should have been playing games and promoting a Twitch channel, I was actually solving a Rubik's Cube. So I learned how to solve a Rubik's Cube during quarantine, and from then I just got completely addicted, and I hope to go to competitions. I can solve the fastest I've ever done it is 11 seconds so far. So if you donate or follow for me to solve a Rubik's Cube, I will 100% do it.
Yeah, I tuned in one episode and you had the timer on there and everything. Everybody was trying to predict. And that was crazy because that was a stream that I'm pretty sure you got up to like 10, 12 viewers.
Yeah,
So
it
it was
was.
yeah, it was a crazy time. One of
People
the
enjoy the Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, it's something that is a great way to start off your stream and make it unique because some people, as soon as they see that you're going live soon, it may tune in just because they're like, okay, dude, I I gotta see if he has improved his Rubik's Cube time.
No way this guy actually still does it. He's cheating.
Right, right. So now you have been on Twitter. I know you're on Facebook
hmm
and Twitch. So you've been trying to keep that kind of social media stream to allow people to kind of keep up with you and find out when you are streaming.
hmm
And has that been kind of difficult? The the transition to some of those media outlets that you're not as keen to wanting to use as often. I know for me it's always hard to get on Twitter just because I've never really been big on Twitter. So to go there and try to force myself to make posts sometimes can seem challenging. Is that kind
Yeah.
of how's that been for you?
It's pretty difficult. I'm not gonna lie. In my personal life, I don't use social media to post a lot. I may view it a lot, but I don't post very often. So if I had anything to say to like somebody that's coming up that's new, I would say definitely use some sort of media outlet to promote yourself because you're just going to streamline the process of getting the followers. At this point, I'm just, putting my hands together and hoping that people will come view my stream, and it's working out so far, but it it's definitely good to get on there and promote yourself at least a little bit. So I've been trying to get better at that, and people want to see content. So I will try to post that in the future.
One of the biggest media outlets right now is TikTok, and I'm really trying to adjust and make that a predominantly, focusing outlet. But I mean, I got it's one of those that it there's so many people that will come across those videos if you know how to do the hashtags or the For You page or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And that is, to be fair, that's where I've seen a lot of my favorite streamers to watch.
Yeah.
So it's
I,
just
I'm
it's
behind on that one too. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even have it downloaded if you can believe that. I use YouTube to view TikTok videos. So I don't know if
very
I'm
nice, very
if I'm
nice.
getting too old or out of date or what, but
Yeah, it's definitely probably the newer generation that's kind of upcoming through it. We had Vine, so
Yeah, I'm gonna shake my can at you and you guys. You don't know anything about Vine.
yeah, yeah. So, well, I mean, YouTube is still a great outlet. Plenty of people on there, and if you get big enough, they even might invite you to a fight. So, we've
That,
seen that.
that'd be perfect. That's actually the reason I started streaming was hopefully to box somebody.
Yeah, the opportunity of $1 million. I mean, hey, beat my ass.
Beat my ass for 1 million. I'm
Yeah,
coming.
yeah. Well, you've gotten a high viewer rate, and one of the cool things about your stream too that, again, I have to tip my hat to, is you have moderators. Not, I mean, most people are big time streamers and they got these moderators that come in and help, but you have your partner in crime, your wife, that keeps the toxicity low. I've multiple times tried to, send some hate your way, and she will not have it.
We'll get them
So
out of there quick.
yeah, so
If you come in my chat acting a fool, my wife is kicking you out. I've had to ban my sister, and I'm not afraid to do it. And she will. Yeah, you'll feel the wrath.
yeah, yeah, quick. So that's always fun. I mean, that's cool. And the chat is always live. Anytime I tune in, I try to make sure that I drop a couple of comments, let you know that you're number one and that you had a great play.
Yeah,
So
I definitely attribute that to my friends as well. So it's really important to have like a good following and basis behind you. And if it's your friends, that's fine. I mean, hopefully you get along with them and they want to view you and talk to you. So it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt to have people like Trent and everyone else in there, and we just have a good time.
so do you think it's more difficult to focus on your gameplay whenever you're trying to stream, because you're trying to focus on like your chat, and then trying to focus on also engaging with fans while you are trying to play? You think it kind of takes away sometimes, that you kind of have to take a step back? You're like, okay, I'm not going to stream right now, I'm just going to focus on playing with some friends, I might stream a little bit later? Or have you found a way to balance it?
Yeah, I've done a couple like off stream things. Usually I try to stream if I'm playing just because it's just there's a chance that somebody may follow me or view me or see me, but it definitely is a balancing act with trying to put on a performance and something that people actually want to watch and then just playing the game. So I try to keep that in the back of my head every time I go live. It's just like you're here to provide a service to people and you need to show up and you can't just sit here and be normal and monotone. You need to be monotone and entertaining at the same time. That's my motto.
Yeah, not everybody's a Dr. Disrespect where they got their full, cosplay outfit suited up. If you
Coming
if you
soon.
don't
Coming soon.
coming soon, yeah. He's gonna have his anime girl costume. It's gonna be sick.
Okay, sweet. That's ruined. All right.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean so, well, I guess then, with some of those things that you've been able to do in your, with balancing that, have you set up multiple monitors, or have you looked into, I know that some people even rock like 3 4 monitors, and it's kind of crazy, but they do that to kind of help, I guess, stay adjusted to
Yeah, I
everything
have
that's kind of going on.
I have some stuff set up. Yeah, I think there's a XQC video where he's making fun of people that are like way decked out. 6 monitors, 4 PlayStations, three computers, and stuff
Yeah.
like that. So I don't have that set up, but initially when I started, I used my phone for chat, and it's not like you can't do that, but it's nicer to have like a big monitor with your streaming program set up on the other side. So then you can, if something goes wrong or you need to change to be right back, then you can do that. At first, I had it set up to where it was just one monitor, and then I'd have to change windows to my streaming software and then click be right back, and everybody would see that. So you don't need everything in the world to get started streaming, but a couple extra things are nice, like a second monitor and those kinds of things to help with the flow.
I used to use, well, I still use my phone because I don't have a second monitor quite yet, and I'd use my phone for my message board as well. And that got me in a lot of trouble because I don't want the echo from my phone, so I usually turn it down, which I think you can actually switch it to message only mode. But I would turn my phone all the way down, and I would miss so many calls, and I'd be like, man, my wife hasn't texted me in a minute. And I like flip back over, I'd have like 5 missed calls, 3 texts. I'm like, Oh God, I'm in so much trouble.
It's
I will
ever.
be right back, chat. So, yeah, it's one of those things that it probably alleviates some of well, a lot of that stress, at least being able to have a second monitor, but it clearly isn't cheap. And it's one of those, as a professional streamer or trying to reach that professional streaming level, one of those steps to becoming that. But
Yeah, likely. I mean, your phone dies, you miss calls from your wife, all those kinds of things. Like likely you'll want to head towards the second monitor. But it's not totally necessary if you want to get started.
yeah, well, why don't we dive into some of these games that you've been playing? I was talking a little bit about Call of Duty and some of the update stuff that was happening with that, because I mean, you are primarily always streaming Warzone. That is
Mhm.
what you play. I know you play a lot of Rebirth lately, but we used to always play Verdansk. But with the new update, they had the quad Rebirth that was pretty fun. But it was only quads. I'm really glad that they came out with that update in order to switch it back to duos and quads. I
Yeah,
still really, I'm still really stern on the fact that I think that the and maybe this is to keep the gameplay split, but I still really think that they just need to have a damn Rebirth tab. Like, just give me solos, duos, trios, quads for Rebirth, the same that you do as Verdansk, because
yeah.
it is there. If there's one thing that is so frustrating, it is, all right, boys, let's hop on. Oh, new update. Oh, sweet. Only a 5-minute update. You do the update, and then like the only thing they have available is duos, and you got like 3 or 4 of the boys on. You're like, all right, well, cool. Guess we're not playing Rebirth today, guys. Going over to Verdansk. So
Yeah,
that's all. That always frustrates me. I do love that they incorporate the occasional different game modes like Verdansk Mini. If you guys missed out on that, I thought that was pretty fun. It was. I don't quote me on it, but it essentially had the circle down to like the final 3 or 4 circles, so it wasn't a very large starting area,
yeah.
and you just kind of jumped in with trios and kind of pushed your way to the final spots. It was
Definitely faster
very,
pace.
so yeah, so much faster pace, and it's not like Rebirth where you have so many buildings at your disposal. Like sometimes, so actually, no, we got slapped. So I got slapped on this one. Never mind. It wasn't my win. I'm sorry, guys. But we went to Verdansk by the airport, and it like literally just drops us by the airport and that road that kind of runs along the ditch with the houses, that all those buildings that kind of run along that.
Yeah, kind of like the
So
back highway.
yeah, so okay, pretty obvious where everybody is landing there. So there's hardly any vehicle or weapons to pick up, and it just became very sweaty. Your loadouts clearly will drop in, but if it was an area like that, then it's dropping in the middle of the airport, or okay, well, it's pretty obvious where I'm going for this. So
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to switch over to stuff like that because you grind the same thing over and over and over. Like at least you can change it up a little bit with something like that.
yeah, something different. I mean, they had, so with the previous season, they had that, what is, I always forget his name, but they had the
Come on, you can
Rambo,
do this.
and yeah, I don't know
The
why I
Die
can't.
Hard.
Yes, I don't know why I can't think of his name right
Sorry, I
now.
haven't seen the movies. I don't know the character either.
Yeah, I know everybody's cringing right now, but so, but anyways, when that update came out, and then they had the tower, everybody was loving the specialist. So
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
one of the big things I did see is that they are bringing the specialist back into the game, because we played a game on Rebirth not that long ago, and this random was playing with this, and he's like, "Oh, bro, I just got a specialist," and I thought he was bullshitting, but yeah, I guess they brought the specialist back into it,
Yeah,
and
and Rebirth, it's like ground loot. So you can just a random like token will be on the ground and you're just good to go. Specialist, all the perks.
now I think it is a little bit different. They took away some of the sleight of hand,
Oh, okay. I
and
didn't even notice, to be honest.
yeah, I can't remember exactly what all they took away, but they did take away some of the whatever you would call them, like the sleight of hand, uh
The perks and the abilities and like,
yeah, yeah. So they
yeah,
gave you
you're a
the perk.
machine.
Yeah. It was almost to a point where it's like, dude, you are just God mode out there.
Well, yeah, you only have 12 other abilities that other people don't. Plus, you can reload your gun in half a second, and it's honestly fair. It's honestly very fair.
Yeah, honestly, get good.
Yeah, yeah, you be better. Quit complaining.
Yeah, get a car or something. Hit me with a car.
You
Sorry,
garbage.
sorry. I have survivability odds increased with car contact. So
Yeah, I just rolled a +7, so you're
yeah,
out of here, kid.
yeah, yeah. So they're
Yeah,
changing those things up. It's literally only been out a week this season, and they keep switching and adding in new things. So I'm loving it. I
well, it's kind of ridiculous to be honest with you, because I was in Jamaica. One time in my life I leave and don't play Call of Duty, and then they update the whole thing, and I don't get to play anything. So if you guys got in the armored truck, good for you. I hate you. If you got to use the MG, good for you. I hate you. Okay. And so I didn't get to use any of those things. And look, I'm an established streamer. I have 22 followers. Okay. I don't have the donations at this point to get all 100 tiers on day one. So I'm grinding and I'm always behind. So if you guys want to pop in and just do a little bit of donation, I won't blame you. The gameplay will be much better.
Yeah, I tried to go to the COD store and type in your gamer tag, and apparently they don't recognize streamers with 22 followers. And to that, I say, screw you. That is
Yeah.
not fair. That is not fair.
There's going to be a strongly worded email coming after this
Yeah.
podcast. I know that much.
Yeah, we're gonna be typing that up. So if you guys want to help, you can send in your submissions on what you think that would be great to include in that email. Maybe a couple of attachments and some memes. Just let us know.
Yeah. Send it in.
But hey, the one thing that is beautiful about you coming back is that the C58 is still available, and that thing slaps.
I just unlocked that. It's been 7 days of straight gameplay, day and night. I'm now level 30 on the battle pass, which is not even a third of the way. So yeah, I can use a different gun now. This is great.
The best one is the drum mag and suppressor. It is the gold one. Yeah, the
Oh, the
legendary
groundlet
one.
one, yeah.
Yeah, that one. If you have not unlocked it, look, I rock any of them, but that is the one that you want to keep and definitely rock with. My very first game of the season, I got 12 kills, which I'm pretty sure is a PR. So
Dang.
yeah, I mean, I'm nowhere near averaging what Tyler averages, but
Facts.
I picked that gun up, and the best part was I thought it was the MG82, and I was playing with my buddy DeAndre, and my buddy DeAndre knows everything about the game, and he like keeps up with all of the like different
Stats and
yeah.
changes.
So like I always look to him for if I'm gonna like unlock a new gun and want to kind of throw it on a class. And so I'm sitting there with the C58 and I'm just going off. I'm like, dude, this MG82 wrecks. And he's like, what? And he's like, I'm pretty sure you have the C58. I'm like, no, dude, this is the MG82. Do you not see me wrecking people? And so I'm just like, keep running through the game. And then like game's over. I'm like, I got 12 kills with the C58. He's like, or the MG82. He's like, bro, that was not the MG82. I had the MG82. That was the C58. And it blew my mind because right before the match, I was like, yeah, I've seen Stone Mountain. I don't think he really likes the C58 because it kind of has a slower fire rate. So honestly, dude, I think it's just better to use some of these other meta guns that people are talking about. I was kind of like shitting on the C58 a little bit, and I picked up. My mindset quickly changed. I'm like, that gun rocks. So yeah, washed my hands with it. I fucking went off and got me a double-digit game. So
Yeah.
basically, I should have been streaming because I probably would have,
Yeah,
jumped in my view count.
no video, no proof, right, chat?
That's right. And that has been my demise, not to get sidetracked, but I have had some sick aerial taps on Rocket League lately, and every time I have not been streaming. But I did go ahead and stream 2 nights ago,
Yeah, I saw that.
and I think I lost every game. I think I was on like a 4 or 5 win streak, and was like, dude, I'm gonna hop on stream, dude. We're doing good, and then we lost every single game after that. So
It's
I
intense.
decided,
Edge of your seat gameplay.
yeah, it's like of course, when I want people to see how good I'm finally doing, it's quickly shut down. But anyways, back to Call of Duty. Sorry to sidetrack, but so yeah, so the metas. what have you been using? What have you been liking since some of these updates? And obviously the MG82 was kind of nerfed, but some of these other guns people have been talking about have been really good. I'm assuming you don't have the nail gun unlocked yet. Some people have been playing that, but playing with that, and they love that in close range. But you could probably pick that up off of people. Is there some loadouts that you've been rocking?
I've been sniping a lot lately. Warzone's in a pretty good spot other than the nail gun, which is another complaint that we're putting in the email that I have to basically buy the nail gun. What is that? Call of Duty. But yeah, I mean, I Warzone's in a pretty good spot right now where you can use almost every gun. Like if what like we were talking about DeAndre, and DeAndre says that every gun slaps right now and is an actual laser beam. So if you can get the DeAndre seal of approval on every gun, Warzone's in a pretty good spot. And I use a lot of so like I said, sniping, and I'll usually throw on an SMG. Like I'm enjoying the Bullfrog right now, and then probably the Car 98 because that's pretty good, or the 50 cal from Cold War is just fun to meme with and be different with. So a couple of those different guns.
Yeah, if you guys could hold tight, I I think we're gonna have a this gun slaps montage coming soon. We have enough
Mhm.
footage that we've been building up, so
Yeah, if you guys can get
we'll,
in there and clip it when it happens, that'd be perfect.
but yeah, dude, I've noticed that you've been using the sniper rifles a lot more. Personally, I live and die by the Car 98, but they did do a buff to the Swiss K31, and
Mhm.
I know that a lot of people have been liking it. Its ADS is a lot higher, I believed, in the Car 98, or at least that's what people seem to believe. And they've been liking that a little bit more. Personally, the way that I have it unlocked, I don't really love it yet. I got to get some more attachments because I'm not doing as well as I do with the Car 98. But I do like it. It seems like it hits pretty good. But you said yeah, you've been using the 50 cal. Do
Yeah, I
you
use the
do you,
50 cal a lot.
do you struggle with the ADS on that, or have you?
Never. Absolute beam. Too busy hard scoping to ever worry about ADS, so I'm good to go. I'm nailing
Yeah,
everybody.
you did have a game where you three-piece some dude in the window the other day, and that was pretty nice. Like,
Uh,
did not miss a single shot.
oh yeah, I forgot about that. But also, to discredit the gun that I'm praising so highly, I've also three-piece people and not knocked them. So it's a love-hate relationship that I'm starting to hate.
Yeah, it's one of those things with the sniper rifles that you never understand why you can't just knock somebody in one hit with a caliber weapon that if it went past you, it would probably rip off your arm, even if you missed. But at the same time, you're probably glad that that doesn't happen to you because if you're running away, somebody misses and you're like, ah,
Oh, sweet. There goes. Can't throw any stuns.
yeah. So, but the breaking armor thing, yeah, that's been my demise whenever I'm using the Car 98 because I'm not like some of those people that can just clip a headshot every time. And so all I'm doing is I broke him. I broke him. I broke him. Okay, there's three guys broke right there in that building. Okay, they're plating. I broke them again. Okay, they're running. They're in a quad. No, all right, they're going. So I'm
Sweet. They
like,
bought more plates and I broke them again.
yeah. One of the and that brings up a great point. I'm never fucking landing in the tents ever again on Rebirth because all that was broke city. I just broke a whole bunch of people and they got montaged by like three other squads. And I had like I think we were 2 minutes into the game and I probably had 3,000 damage. And I
Oh yeah. I remember that. Yeah, sometimes we gotta live dangerously, Trent. All right,
yeah,
you need to get
sometimes
out
it's
there
just
and
fun to
finish
break
somebody.
people. I don't want to. I don't like to finish. I just preferably just like to send them on their own little scavenger hunt for plates after I break them.
Yeah, check that out on YouTube.
Uh,
The Broken Challenge.
yeah, I'm currently the leader, so get good.
Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Rebirth, and then that's pretty fun to change it up because you just grind Warzone forever and ever, and then it feels good to get on Rebirth. I also switched to keyboard and mouse recently as opposed to controller, so playing Rebirth has been like really good to familiarize myself with the aiming and all the buttons and everything like that because it's been quite the switch.
What do you prefer? Do you think that you benefit more from the keyboard and mouse or controller, or do you just feel like you're kind of in that transition period where it's kind of hard to tell you're still struggling with it, or
Yeah, I'm probably in the transition period. I like there's really cool parts of playing on keyboard and mouse. You feel really cool. You feel like a gamer with your the keys going and the exact precision. The precision is probably the best part of the keyboard and mouse. But I'm in the transition period where, sometimes maybe I get 5 kills where on the controller I would have had like 15. So it's a it's a difficult deal, but I think I'm going to stick with the keyboard and mouse for now.
Yeah. Now, do you have a camera that highlights your keyboard play? Because if you don't, I don't know if you can necessarily consider yourself a professional.
Mm. Yeah, so guys, I just want to let you know I've been playing with my keyboard at a slight angle in order to
Oh,
increase how professional I look. So expect a keyboard cam coming soon because I need to show that off. Like you guys are probably playing with your keyboards just correctly lined up. Not the way to do it. Slight diagonal, your gameplay's that's plus 2 kills automatically.
now you hear it. See, I have noticed that there are some people that play like that. Me, I'm scared, man. I'm scared. I have not been able to get good at the keyboard and mouse. Now, granted, I don't have a good graphics card to be able to fully switch over to PC quite yet, because for some reason, here we are like a year into the new generation release, and it is next to impossible to get a 380, 390, or 3080, 3090, or a PS5. Or look, I'm just not dedicated enough to stay up until 2:36 a.m. when they drop, you know, 50 new consoles, and then people get them all bought up by bots, and you're like, okay, we'll try
Yeah,
again for the 437 time slot.
I got a PS5 at 4 in the morning for my nephew, and I got like the Target notification, and then I was refreshing my card for like an hour and a half.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying. I did a couple nights where I stayed up. I like literally had an alarm at 6 a.m. and then I tried going and adding them one day. It was at a local Target, and it, like, while I was trying to add it, I was like, what is going on? So I hit refresh, instantly out of stock. So it's been so frustrating. I've been just wanting to upgrade to a PS5 so bad. I really enjoy playing PC, and I'll probably predominantly try to steer that way as much as I can. But
Mhm.
for the PS5, there's too many, for me, there's too many exclusive games that I'm excited for on that end that I don't really want to fully switch over to PC quite yet. So I
Yeah.
want to kind of hang on to that little bit of console play while I can. But yeah, so I mean, there's that.
That's
So
I mean honestly it's a good deal because for streaming wise, like we talked a lot about Warzone and those kinds of things, but those like smaller niche games are the ones where you're really going to build your following up and stuff like that. So it may be a good investment to get a PS5 and get some of those different games. I've been playing I usually on the weekends I'll like probably once, maybe twice, I'll play Skyrim for 2 hours, and there's often times where I don't, get any new followers while playing Warzone because the same people will come back and check me out, and you're just sitting at the bottom of this giant pool of thousands of viewers, and then every time that I play Skyrim, I get somebody in my chat brand new that follows me and helps me through the game and stuff like that. So if there was one tip that I would give to a brand new person is probably to start out on a smaller game and build your following there, or just try some different games out because there's plenty of advice and YouTube videos out there, but I'm telling you, it's legitimate. Like those people actually do want to talk to you. They're in there for a reason.
you bring up a great point. I know that some people have told me that, to go along with what you're saying, that the games that so many people like Call of Duty play are really hard to gain following, because most of the time they're following the big streamers.
Hmm.
And those smaller games where there's not as many people streaming it are a lot easier to gain people, because the amount of people that are in that community is large, but the amount that stream it is very small. So you can get traffic going through your streams a lot better. I played Valheim. I don't know if you're familiar with that, for a while.
Yeah.
And I set it up to where I would play every night at like 10:30. And this was only for a 2 week period. And I probably gained like 3 or 4 followers just from like random people like joining in, but they were genuinely intrigued because they wanted to know more about the game, see more gameplay. So I think that's great advice, because I have not been able to catch any of your Skyrim gameplay, and I do want to dive into some of those things.
Hmm.
Uh, I do have a video of yours I want to pull up as well on this Call of Duty. But before we segue into that, I think that, like you said, that's great advice, and it's also great to hear that people are doing that, because as somebody that is playing a game for the first time, it's nice to have somebody that's like intrigued enough to like join, but also help. You know what
Oh
I mean?
yeah, they're totally down to help. Like there was a guy, my most recent follower, he put in chat, he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna go play King's Conqueror 3 if you need anything to yell my name." And I would legitimately be playing Skyrim technically by myself and yell his name and be like, "Hey, how do I do this?" And he would come in chat. And it's like so people are down in those small communities to help out and follow you and you should definitely check them out if you're trying to gain some followers.
I always ask people, and you know, what thought about asking you as well. What do you describe yourself as a streamer as? Because some people are FPS streamers, some people are RPG streamers, and some people are just a, a variety streamer, if you will. And I think that there's definitely different communities for both. For people that are FPS streamers, I think that you could sometimes get into these habits where your fan base is somebody that's looking for somebody that's just maybe good at the game.
Hmm.
Whereas your RPG streamers are just looking for somebody that's interesting to check out, or somebody that might be playing a part of the game that they were curious about, or just want to see to see if the game's worth buying. So it's kind of interesting to me to see how those communities can vary, and how the fan base can interact in different ways. So
Yeah, they could super vary because you get into a competitive game and your chat will literally be roasting you and making fun of you, and then you may get into like a different community where they're like, you know, down to be supportive, which is obviously two different things. So you have to know your audience and what you're shooting for, definitely.
yeah. Well, so segueing kind of back into this Call of Duty, I have this clip of yours that I wanted to pull up
Oh yes.
and just show these guys out here. You guys don't understand.
You never will.
You never will. Okay?
Right, I'm just that much better than you.
He's that much better. So let me go ahead and pull this up. I'm gonna share this gameplay footage, and kind of got a couple minutes of this. If you are just listening to the podcast, you guys need to make sure that you switch over, get onto YouTube, and check out this exact moment. And if you don't plan on doing that, okay, well, just listen to this audio.
You better get out of here if you don't plan on doing
Just head on over to the Twitch page, just see him live.
it.
All right.
Yeah, it's some gameplay. I'll be honest. I like I said, I switched to keyboard and mouse, so it's not the greatest thing you've ever seen. But
Oh, I would say this is probably the greatest thing I've ever seen.
okay, I've confirmed greatest thing ever.
All right, can you see the footage pretty well?
Oh yeah.
All right, here we go. So I'm gonna start this off so you can just kind of walk us through you slapping everybody. I see a couple of familiar faces, and if you guys will look in the bottom left corner, there's Dirty as Soul. Beautiful. Okay, well, this is probably not a great point to show you because I think I am coming back from being dead. But
He
that can be
just
that.
sacrificed himself. I'm not even kidding you. He basically brought back in, the dive, the dolphin dive that used to be in Call of Duty. He
Yeah,
basically brought it back in. He dolphin dived in front of bullets, took them for me. He's dead at the moment. I'm doing everything I can to get him back because I'm gonna die without him.
right. I'm so glad you could save me there.
Mhm.
All right, so let's get into this. So got some great footage. That guy clearly didn't want none. You know, you don't just knock a friend down. You're going to be there. You're our saving grace.
So yeah, I've at this point we just dropped in, and then I'm trying to get used to like all the keys. So we had just started for the day, and it's probably like I think it's about 4 days ago that we played this. So I'm getting a little better with the mouse and keyboard, but we just come in here and then we're just holding this place down, trying to drop as many people as we can. And obviously we have Trent back, so it's we're gonna be fine.
I'm at the bottom. I'm just basically looking for ground loot, and then I get dropped again.
Yeah, on Rebirth, the main thing that we try to do is hopefully stick together at the beginning, especially, and then get as much money as we can to try and get a loadout. So we're kind of getting we're kind of getting the business right now, but we're still trying to hold it down.
Yeah, the biggest thing that I do remember about this one was we were all really struggling with ground loot, but we had like three teams like push this building at the same time, which was really odd considering if you look at the top left, the circle is not that small. So there's plenty of room for these guys to go somewhere else, but they just kept landing on us. And
Yeah,
so
If you guys want a good time, obviously head over to headquarters.
Right.
And then so we end up making it out of there live, and we head over to the next building over, where there's obviously going to be even more heat. So the fun thing about Rebirth is just being able to come back so often, and it just keeps things entertaining. So it's something that I've been dabbling with streaming and stuff because my friends enjoy it. So that's who I play with. And then I hope it's a nice viewing experience because it just keeps things going. It keeps things more entertaining. You're not running across the map forever, trying to trying to find money or bring your teammates back or whatever it is.
So the rotations and the push style of Rebirth, or even for Dansk, is there kind of like, as we're watching here, you're kind of staying by the buildings, and it's kind of ending down there by the I forget, the housing by the port.
Yeah, I think it's
And
like the port and everything. Yep.
yeah, so trying to maintain high ground, trying to maintain a view, clear field of vision, because obviously one thing I love this.
Yeah, if you guys are not on YouTube, you
This
definitely should check it out because
so
the ending
let's
kill, we tried, like there's just one person left, and
this
then he just cannot jump into these windows. He tries to get into probably three of them, and I just fully reload my gun while watching him and ended suffering.
look at this guy, this poor guy. We're gonna play this back for a third time because this is my favorite part. I can't. I just can't get into. I can't get into these windows. I don't know what's going on. But you did
Feels bad, but we got the dub.
right. Have a smile on your face. We are happy. Your dog is there to support you in the
Yes,
background.
yes, it is a family affair. So if you guys come to my stream, my wife and dog are usually on the couch next to me, and they're totally down. She's super supportive of everything. So like I said, having a supportive cast on your streaming adventure is super necessary. But they're always hanging out and moderating on the couch.
Yeah. Yeah. That is one of the biggest things I see in the chat, is everybody's always shouting at your dog.
Yeah, Gus Cam.
Yep, Gus Cam. So one of the things that I seen on there, though, that as somebody that was playing with you and I couldn't have seen through your field of vision, and now going back and being able to kind of watch as you were playing it, is there, when you're playing on Rebirth, do you feel that there is a difference in how you play versus Verdansk? Because I guess how I mean is, Rebirth is so much more fast paced than Verdansk. Verdansk seems like a slower play and push. For Rebirth always seems like you're constantly having to stay mobile and stay on your toes, because people could really push from any direction. So just kind of, when you're playing, what are some, I guess the better question here would be, what are some tactics and some advice that you could give for people that you find yourself on Rebirth doing?
I would say sticking together as a team is super important in Rebirth as opposed to Warzone. You may see your favorite streamers splitting off to get more kills because they're that good. But in Rebirth, it's almost not possible to do that in a way. Some people are that good that they can do whatever they want, but you've got people parachuting on top of you because you just killed them. You've got people that are, you've got two teams inside of the same building that you're in because there's the map's super small. So I would say sticking together as a team is super important and trying to coordinate getting your loadout as soon as possible. And then from that point, just trying to push everybody together and knock out as many teams as you can and make your way with the rotations. Just staying super vigilant on the rotations and knowing the next spot you need to be.
Now, with communication, are you pretty big on call outs and making sure that you're always letting the team know exactly where somebody is if you're going down, making sure that people know, yo, top floor, guys dropping in, landing on this building? I know that sometimes that can be frustrating with teams, that if you don't really know what's going on, it makes it harder to get a grasp of the layout of the land, I guess you will. And
Yeah.
so making sure that people that are sticking together are also making call outs together that can benefit the team, not having people that get a little greedy. We all have those moments where we're just like, I just got to get the finish. I got to
I'll
let this guy know.
I'll try and ping somebody and let you guys know that they're there. But other than that, I'm just talking trash. Like, where are you guys at? Come on, I need
Right.
help. No other call outs. You just need to know.
Yeah. Help me understand.
Help me understand what's going on here.
So, well, I'm glad that we were able to see that dub because that was probably one of my favorites that I've got to witness,
Yeah, many
especially
more to come.
firsthand. But I mean, this last week we had quite a few playing with you, so you guys need to definitely hop on over to this channel and check some of this stuff out because you can learn a lot from Tyler and the way that he plays. One of his favorite strats is breaking windows and then waiting for the people to run upstairs because they think that they jumped out of it. So keeping that deady on. So making sure that your footsteps are quiet while you flank. I feel like a lot of times people leave that thing sitting around.
Yeah, windows are not safe when I'm in the game because I'll be lurking with dead silence, ready to knock you out.
Yeah. So you said that you've been playing some Skyrim. I saw that you went live yesterday, did you not?
Yeah, Skyrim in the morning.
So how have you been enjoying that game?
It's cool. Like, so I have such a deep history with Call of Duty and shooter games that I've been playing Call of Duty since on the GameCube. I had Call of Duty 2, and then when I started to get like an Xbox 360, I had Call of Duty 4, and I've just been absolutely insanely addicted to Call of Duty ever since. So I skipped out on tons of games like Skyrim. It's not like I'm going back to Skyrim to get viewers as much as I've never played this game before and trying to just branch out and see what's out there for me. So I really enjoy playing other games now. I'm not completely secure to just say I play Call of Duty. I'll venture out. If we've played Knockout City before, tried out some different things, and there's a lot of upcoming games like Battlefield and Halo, which has a free multiplayer. So I'm sure we'll be checking out some of those things and just trying new stuff. So I've been enjoying playing other games and especially Skyrim as of late.
Probably feels like it's nice to not have to focus so much on one game. It's nice to be able to kind of have that breather every now and again to kind of try something out and have that kind of time to step away and allow new interests to kind of come into play. I
Yeah,
played
yeah.
because I mean I played the Knockout City with you, and I had an episode a couple episodes back where I kind of showed some of the gameplay on that, and we had a lot of fun playing it. And I know that with talks with you that Battlefield, like you said, is definitely one of those that we're pretty hyped for after
Yeah, if
that.
we can play Battlefield together, you guys will see it because I'm hyped.
Yeah.
After
So what
hearing the Dubcast review, are you kidding me? How are you guys not going to buy it? I know you're going to buy it.
appreciate it, heart clutch. So what race did you end up going with on Skyrim?
No, that's a very good question. So like I'm that kind of noob. Like I'm still trying to figure it out. Like I think my first stream, somebody came in to help me and they're like, that's so awesome that people are still playing this game brand new. That's so heartwarming. I'm like, hey, watch out, man. I'm here to slay dragons. So
Yeah.
I picked something. It starts with a B. I think I'm kind of human-ish, and I think he's more towards the magic side. So if that rings a bell to anybody, that's the one. That's the one I am. I've been doing a lot of spell casting.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of who that would be that you're talking about.
I didn't know there was so many races. That's like it's a really cool part of the game. I guess a lot of people are uh Skyrim community don't hate me. We're just forming this bond, but I think a lot of people are like dark elves probably or some sort of elf.
Oh, are you a Bosmer or are you a Breton?
Why do they have to be that similar? That that
Okay,
doesn't help
so
me.
a Bosmer is another name for the wood elf, and that would be like a short um
So probably not that one.
yeah, so and the Breton is I believe the Breton is the well, I can just click on it.
Oh yeah, I think I'm a
It's
Breton.
yeah, the Breton, I believe they are human elf.
Yeah, human elf ancestry.
Yeah. So
And it
that
says something about mages.
I've never played with a Breton before.
Yeah, see, a very just one of a kind gameplay going on over on my Twitch channel.
Yeah, let me go ahead and pull this stuff up for you guys.
I'm figuring it out. I'm like, are you supposed to pause the game and put potions on? Is this what we're doing? They're like, yes, dude.
So this is Tyler.
Yeah. Yeah. The video version, we're actually looking at an actual view of me right now. So,
Yeah. So you got the Bretons. This is personally what I always played as. My first playthrough, I was an Argonian, which
mhm.
if you don't know what that is the lizard people.
Okay. Yeah. One time I walked up to one of those guys and they turned to look at me and I just quickly turned the other direction and started walking.
Yeah, I'm gonna pass, buddy. Just keep
Whatever
moving.
you're selling, I probably don't need it. I'm getting out of here.
Best part about Skyrim is you can completely disrespect people, and that game is full of so much hate for other races.
Oh yeah, yeah. I've come
When
into that.
I played as an Argonian, people would be like, "Ugh," like snake skin. I mean, oh god, all
Oh
right,
my
fine,
gosh.
yeah.
Yeah,
They,
I just got to this quest where like I went into a village and they were like, "Oh yeah, the dark elves, we hate them so much," and they're like, "We're gonna pay you a visit tonight," to this random woman that was a dark elf, and I was just a part of the conversation apparently.
just out there hating. You're like, yeah,
No, I play both sides. I play both sides.
yeah, yeah, right. You don't let them know, but you just balance. Yeah. So I also played as Khajiit. That was always my favorite to
Oh
play
yeah, they
as,
look cool.
just because yeah, you can make them look pretty cool. I played a lot of Elder Scrolls Online, and that kind of also helped inspire that.
Hmm.
But yeah, lot of different ones. I mean, different elves. I like that they have so many different options. But let's
Yeah, it
see,
was cool to start off with, and
dragon skin
it's been
absorbs
a
50% of magic for all
yeah, that's
incoming
me.
spells.
Yep, that's the one. So I'm a Breton, confirmed.
Sweet. So that's probably pretty nice whenever you come in contact with a lot of mages, 25% magic resistance. So you're just eating them up.
Yeah, I just like I come out and cast lightning or whatever I've got going on, and then I just run backwards and wait for everything to recharge and, and go back and do it again. So, am I doing it right? I have no idea. Come help me.
Well, I think that Skyrim's just one of those games too that there's so many different directions you can go as an RPG that you can kind of choose how you want to play it. Like I know for me when I played, I went to see this is how long it's been, River Run,
Hmm.
and I
Yep.
decided I wanted to be like a thief, and so I kind of went that route, and I think I eventually made it to like the dark, what is it, the dark elves or the Draker? No,
Uh-huh.
I can't. I'm gonna just get hate mail, so I'm just gonna
Butcher
not.
all of it.
I'm not. Yeah, I'm gonna end up butchering everything because I'm not gonna attempt to remember because it's been so long. But did you ever play Oblivion?
No, I did not.
See, I never played Oblivion either. Elder Scrolls Skyrim was my first, and then I played Elder Scrolls Online quite a bit, which is a lot
Mhm.
of fun. It's a lot of PvP battle online. There's some stuff that's clearly like not PvP, but PvP was what I enjoyed the most because you could build your player up so much that you could go in and do castle raids and stuff of that nature. But I was a healer, which it was fun, but like I got my ass whooped in like actual combat. So what I would do is there would be like a bunch of people just like on the castle, and I would just run by, like, I would just like sit there and just like do like little AOE like area heals like stuff. The people be like, thank you,
Everybody
thank
loves
you,
me. Everybody
yeah,
loves me.
and you get health, and you get health. Hey, you over there, here's some health. Yeah,
Yes.
like we love him. Oh, where'd he go? And then somebody's like picking me up, snapping my neck. I'm like, I'm like,
It
oh, there he is. I
was
forgot.
probably it was
Looks like
probably a
all that.
Breton. It was
Yeah,
probably a Breton that killed you.
yeah, probably. They put me in like a trebuchet and shot me back at my own like castle. Like,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
ripped me off my horse. So.
I actually had a super funny stream story the other day where just actually yesterday, I was there I'm playing Skyrim and the character walks up to me out of nowhere and it like pauses me and makes me interact with them. And they're like, yeah. what's up, son? And like basically just really aggressive as soon as they got to me. I was like, what's going on here? Out
Yeah.
of nowhere, they're like, we've come to kill you. This assassins to kill me. So everybody in the town, because I just started playing, I didn't, okay, my first time ever I accidentally killed a chicken, then everybody hated me, so I learned you're not supposed to do that. So I was nervous
He
to
killed a
attack the
chick.
people in town. Everybody in town starts jumping these people, so we all just mollywop these people that came to assassinate me. And then I steal their clothes, obviously, and start wearing them, and I look like a cult member. But regardless of that, I am like the mission is now to find out who did this to me. So I'm like, yeah, 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 let's go find out who tried to jump me. And then I go and I'm progressing and I go on this boat and I'm like in this whole story. And then we're trying to figure out who's got everybody under mind control. And then I get to this part and I'm trying to kill them, and everybody is so strong, like absurdly strong. I'm doing almost no damage. And the guy comes in my chat and I'm like, hey, just quick question. Is it supposed to be like this? Like, is it supposed to be this hard? And he goes, dude, are you at such and such right now? And I was like, yeah. And he said, what level are you? I said, level 5. And he goes, dude, you're in the DLC right now. That's what you're supposed to do after the game. And I
Oh
was like,
shit.
oh no. So then I had
Oh,
to turn around and start doing the regular story.
go back. Yeah, the Homestead DLC was like always my favorite because you could build your literal like house, like decorate it. You
Oh
know,
yeah.
who's that for? You could marry. You could actually like marry. Like, have you checked that out yet?
I am like, I
Dude,
just found a horse. I don't know what's going on.
you should look into that. I 100% turned on like mods because I had already beaten the game,
Yeah.
and it was like a second or third playthrough. And but you can down you if you get on the Homestead DLC, you collect enough money and you can go and become a jarl of in one of the cities
Yeah.
that it's applicable for. And once you become the jarl, they'll offer you land to go build a house. And then you have to collect resources, and you can like go and chop wood, you can go and mine clay, and you can literally gather enough resources to build your own like house. And I'm talking like it's not small, it's like a big house. You can have trophy rooms, so as you kill dragons and stuff and collect dragon bones, you can literally
Just
have
put
a
their heads in
dragon
your room.
skull. Yeah. Any of the animals that you hunt, you can put it in there. You can have a bedroom, you can get a wife, marry her, and she'll stay at the house. I mean, it's pretty dope. Falkreath, I believe, is the city.
Yeah.
That is probably the best one to try to build a house on because it puts it in like the mountains. The only problem with there, I've had multiple occasions where for some reason a giant wanders up there.
No way.
Yeah. And so I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go get my horse. And then like I look up and there's just this dude who's like, boom, and and I just get fucking blown off the mountain. But there's another one that's also like I can't remember what city you go to for it, but it's kind of like a winter icy area.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool because you can have your own, it's by the water, so you can have your own like fishery and stuff like that. So that's a cool DLC that if you have access to, it's more so not like gameplay additive stuff.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Part of the
if
world.
you enjoy that stuff is hard for me because like when games implement that, it becomes more of let's build and then let's play the game because that's been
Yeah.
my biggest. I probably should do what you're doing and do this is my playthrough. This is me being dedicated to it, but I still have not finished Fallout 4, and I
Oh
love
yeah.
Fallout. But my biggest downfall has always been that with Fallout 4, you can build. And so the first thing I do is I go straight to the mods and I allow like the cap space so I can build as much as I want because they have like a bar that only allows you to build so much. And
Yeah.
so I'll have this. I literally built this city so big, dude, that every time I like load into the city and walk around for a little bit, it like crashes the game. Like so I couldn't even play there anymore. And so but that's me. I mean, I get indulged in Minecraft and stuff. So the
It's your style. It's your
building,
thing.
yeah, the building aspect, it's not maybe not for everybody, but anyways, I think that it's a cool aspect, at least of Skyrim, to definitely check out.
Yeah, that sounds way different than what I've been doing so far. So I'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I've never played any of the DLC, so you'll have to let me know how that goes. That
Yeah,
how
it
that
turns out I have
yeah, yeah,
unintentionally.
Yeah, and killing chickens.
Yeah,
The best
that's a
part,
great added addition of the DLC is the killing chickens.
yeah, because the best part is always like anytime somebody comes up and tries checking you, you're like, bro, what? Dude, I'll fucking knock you out right here. And so
Did you
then
know
you do,
both of my hands shoot lightning bolts? Like,
yeah,
you better back up.
Foos Roda. You're like, oh, they fly back, and then the whole town's like, hey, what the hell? And you're like, oh god, here we go. So yeah,
I've
I'm
never
glad you've
used to
been
do that. I
enjoying
haven't done
it.
that yet. Yeah, it's fun.
What level are you at right now?
6 actually. So things have been progressing so smoothly since 5.
Yeah. So well, you had a couple of weeks, well, a week off that you were doing some other things. You got married, so that's got to be exciting. I mean, I know you were probably sitting there itching. You're like, oh man, I'd really like to play some Skyrim or some Call of Duty right now. But you had
I do. Guy, I hope the DLC is going good in Call of Duty right now.
yeah, like what? I mean, I do. No, so
Tyler,
I mean,
repeat after me. I will not use overpowered guns in Call of Duty.
no, that's it. I would have rather been where you were than diving into Skyrim at that point.
Oh yeah.
Enjoying the Jamaica trip, so
Yep, yep.
it's exciting. So, I guess to kind of segue away from Skyrim,
Mhm.
is there anything else that you've been kind of interested in and been kind of excited for? And like we mentioned a couple of those games that you've been watching and
Mhm.
that recently were released with Battlefield and stuff like that. Is there anything else you're kind of excited for, or anything else you'd like to talk about in the gaming world, or advice you got for people, anything like that?
Yeah, I hope gaming's headed towards like a good spot right now because it's like obviously had a dry spell for a reason, for the most part. And then so I'm looking forward to checking out those things. I'm pretty strictly a shooter player, so those are the things I pay attention to the most. I don't play like a lot of the racing games or the side games. I don't get a lot of indie games. So I'm really looking forward to things like Halo because I grew up playing a lot of Halo and watching Major League Gaming and those kinds of things. So I'm just looking forward to those types of deals, and hopefully they're not a flop. Hopefully they're fun to play with friends and enjoyable to watch because that's kind of my focus right now.
Yeah, there's definitely a beautiful world of gaming that I feel like is coming out of this pandemic. You know, we've all been locked away and production stopped for a lot of things. You would think that like production wouldn't have slowed for the gaming world per se, but you know,
Yeah,
I felt like it did. Me being an outsider that doesn't really know the business as well as some of the others, but coming out of it into 2021, 2022, there is a lot that is out there that's going to be coming out soon that's been announced. So I'm excited. A lot of big titles, which is probably what I'm most excited about.
yeah, super
But
big, and eventually another Call of Duty supposedly. So, I mean, we'll just see what everything has in store for us. I just try to be optimistic about most things, and we'll try it out. And if it's a flop, it's a flop, but hopefully not.
yeah. So one update I did want to let everybody know about. So Call of Duty Mobile, if you're into that, now has the ability to do land and sea. So they have, I think, a few new maps, 4 new maps, something like that, that you can play on. And so that's one of the things that for me, I've wished that Warzone would have implemented is being able to swim, kind of like Black Ops did. And apparently, if you play mobile, for those people, those crazy people out there that play mobile,
Dang kids.
that's available for you. Unfortunately, for us that play just Warzone on console and PC, that's not available for us.
The water is lava.
I would really love to be, hiding underwater. Like I cannot wait till this guy drops this one. So
I am so gonna hold my breath this whole game.
yeah.
Okay, I'm pretty sure you're the voice actor for that because that sounds exactly what it's like.
Yeah. But well, Tyler, I'm really glad that you were willing to come on the show and talk with me and just get to know you a little bit.
No
So
problemo.
I tell anybody that watches and tunes into this 100%. Make sure you guys go give Tyler a follow on his Twitch. This is one of the biggest things I want to do with this show is help support and help promote the smaller streamers in our community that are really trying to grind to just, get noticed and grow their following. Because one of the biggest things with somebody like Tyler is he is putting out quality content, and it's hard to find. You're not going to find that tuning into me. You're going to be like, I'm sick and tired of watching Tyler on Dirty Assault stream because Dirty Assault's dead all the time. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe you like watching Tyler. Maybe you just switch on over to him because on mine you're watching him anyways. So, no, but uh, but like I said, man, I really enjoyed the conversation, and I felt like we were able to kind of touch base with just a few things that you have going on. I really feel like we could, you know, continue to dive even deeper into some of these things, but as something fresh and on the surface, I'm glad we were able to have the discussion that we did, especially with this new season that came out and some of these new things. But
For sure.
so let everybody know how they can reach you, get a hold of you, what your social media is, your Twitch handle, all that.
Yeah, go ahead and get out a pen and a piece of paper for me. Write these down. You're going to gotta go to Twitter for Tylerherot. YouTube is Hero T, and then twitch.tv/Tylerherot. So for the most part, Tylerherot. You can find me on any of the platforms and check out and come by, stream tonight, bring me a helicopter full of money. You'll be greatly appreciated.
So if you guys want to give us a follow, you can head on over to Facebook Gaming head on over to Facebook, and that's Dubkast Gaming. You could go over to Facebook Gaming and search us probably through that as well. But yeah, facebook.com/Dubcast Gaming. You can go to anchor.com/Dubcast, and that is going to give you all of our audio. You can go over to YouTube, and that'll give you all of our video, and that is Dubcast Gaming as well. We are available on Google, Apple, Spotify, and a multitude of other smaller streaming services, but we are on all major ones for sure. So we do appreciate you guys and the support that you guys have provided us. You can go on Anchor and support us and donate any amount that you would like to. We hope to continue to try to bring you guys the best content and bring you guys content that you're interested in listening to, and sitting down with guys like Tyler here and allowing you to tap into some streamers that you may not have heard about before. So, but with that being said, head on over to YouTube, Facebook, give us a follow and a like, and do the same for all of Tyler's streaming and social media platforms. So, but with that being said, we hope no matter where you are or what you are playing, we can get you one step closer to clutching that dub. Goodbye, everybody.